Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to the finale episode of the Ali Solves Road to 1000 special, where today we are going to find out, am I going to hit a streak of 1000, or are we going to fall short so painfully close to the goal? You could not be closer than this. If we fail today, I mean, it's mathematically the highest you can go without hitting 1000, assuming we're only talking about integers, and that's usually what we're dealing with in everyday life, and that's what we're dealing with right now. We are at 9 and 9 and 9. We want to go. We just want one more. Are we gonna get there? Well, what stands before us is the Saturday crossword for October 12th, 2024, made by Katie Hoodie. Saturdays are, of course, the most difficult day of the week in terms of clue difficulty, and some of the Saturdays I've done have been very challenging indeed. Is this one gonna be what? Like, I'm rambling at this point, just trying to psych myself up. There's only one way to find out just how big of a challenge this puzzle is going to be, and that's to jump right in and start. All right. Katie Hoodie, what do you have? Oh my god, we've got. It's one of these puzzles with the with the giant spanning entries, 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom. The thing about puzzles like this is these entries are very difficult to get, just because usually there aren't that many individual words in the English language that are this long. So if you have answers that are this long, usually it's multiple words, like a phrase. The thing about phrases is that you can imagine multiple ways to say the same thing, right? And so it can take a while to figure out what exactly the clue is asking for. And of course, this being a Saturday, excuse me, and this being a Saturday, possibly it's gonna take quite a while to figure out what's being asked of us here. I think the better way to start is what? Oh, plural form of one down in dialect. So wait. So we don't even have a clue for this? We've got to. Oh my god, we've got to solve this on crosses, and then we've got to pluralize this in a dialect form to get 51. My mind is already falling apart. Okay. So we're not even going to be given a clue for this. We're going to have to solve it by getting these 4 answers. Okay. I mean, there's a good chance that if we get like 3 of the 4 letters, we can guess what the remaining one is, but this is an ominous start indeed. Ice Planet in The Empire Strikes Back. Okay. At least this is something that I know. It can't be. Ooh, could it be? That's impossible. That fits. But that's also a bold start. Blissful Patch. Blissful Stretch. First name in classic horror films. Polish roll. Oh, corporate figures. Textures. Offline. Ooh, I think this is gonna be IRL. Like offline, meaning in the real world. IRL, right? Yeah. Narrow. Peninsula. Not sure. Displayed. Could be on view? Maybe. took in a bad way. I think this is gonna be like stolen. Pilfered? No, that doesn't fit. Appro what? Approaches briefly. I don't know. Had a side conversation on Zoom could be IM'd. Possibly. Put down. Hmm. Ally. Oof. This is the uh the nerves are starting to get to me. This is the this is the puzzle that is gonna decide if I hit 1,000. All the other ones that I'm doing, it's kind of like it hadn't sunk in. I was like, oh, I'm solving this, but the real one is gonna be in the future, and now the future is here. It is now, like Mount Terror and Mount Turn Alaskan. No, that doesn't fit. That doesn't fit. Okay, let's take a look at this. What's a Polish roll? I don't know much about European food. Corporate figures. Logos? Could be. Nobody can. Okay, I think I know this. It takes a village. And I think blissful patch is gonna be Eden. Oh, is it Ron something? Is it Lawn something? I don't know. But this is gonna be something road. No, no, it can't be road because there's no A here. Insectoid moon dwellers and the first men in the. I have no idea what that is. Narrow peninsula. I don't know. This could be on view actually. Took in a bad way. Hmm. Approaches briefly, but I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Co-creator and co-star of Netflix's The Upshaws. I don't know who this person is. Okay, let's put down could be like shamed, like you put someone down, you shame them, and then this could be like team mate doesn't fit. It's teamer. I know teamster is a thing, but like teamsters that's something different entirely. Let's try this. And so plural form of this in dialect. Assuming this is indeed this. Let's take a look at this. Blissful stretch. Let's take a look at this. And could be Antarctic. Word before tip or after top. Hat tip. Top hat. Yeah, okay. Oh, I think this is gonna be Lake Chad, maybe? Boiled down, I think this is gonna be decocked. Yeah. Made it. Could be safe. What the fuck is a Kopek? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Brother of. Oh my god, what is this? Lek and Czech? Okay, is it just me? What's this? Satisfy a midday craving could be nosh? Maybe doesn't breathe easy. LA Museum with I don't know this either. Well, I'll be dar darned. Could be gee whiz. Let's try that. Un color on El Salvador's flag. It's probably azul. I think that's blue. In Spanish. Set against could be the nays, like a set of people against something. Polish roll. Is this a? Oh, is it Sykes? Oh, blissful stretch. Honeymoon. Period. I'm gonna leave this empty. I think this is gonna be an L, but let's leave this empty for now. Arrow Peninsula. I don't know. Make an example of could be sight. Took in a bad way could be poached. Pair of accessories. Well, often clues like this, it's talking about the letters of the word. So, like pairs of letters and accessories. So there are two C's. There are also two S's, but then there's another S. So that would be, well, there are two S's in a row, but then another S later. And then there's two E's, but they're not together. It could be C, but then this would make it like Shay, and then this would be a very roundabout way of, like, there's a much more obvious way that you would clue it if it was Che. Let's hold off on that. Man, I don't know. Chickpea. Man, I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at this. Insectoid. Man, I don't know. Ooh. Takes to heart could be heeds. Lists transcendental could be etude. Let's try that. Selenites. That's a classic ending for like extraterrestrials, right? Let's try etudes. No longer being drafted. Not sure. Grammy winning singer? Could it be Enya? Zest for life. And an abbreviation for that. No idea. Find. Discover? Oh, it could be a synonym. Like something that has zest, also has life. Let's try discover. Discovery, because a find can be a noun as well. Future DO's exam, probably an MCAT? No longer being drafted? Oh, sent. Oh, sent, like an email being drafted. Direct flight is going to be a beeline. This probably is heeds. Lubricants used in oil. Lubricants used in oil drilling. So this probably is an S. Is persuaded of could be buys. Man, I have no idea. Let's lofty passages could be skyway. Ooh, skyways. Is it Getty? Is that a thing? Maybe not. What is this? Is it just me? Is it just me? What could it be? What could it be? Chickpea pair of accessories. So if we say a pair of accessories is C's, then chickpea, for example, could it be a seed? Doesn't disgruntled grunts. Doesn't be, it could be like sucks, hack sucks. Oof, this is tough. Anna something first Italian to win an acting Oscar. Don't know. Legal VIPs could be DAs. No, it's got to be AG, Attorney General. Maybe. Mars. War God. Yeah, the Roman Mars. What flashers do. What, what kind of flasher are we talking about? Let's hold off on that. Online home services marketplace. That's got home services marketplace. I was thinking it's got like Etsy, but that's not like home. Hang on. Let's hold off on that. Let's take a look at this. Unable to to make progress. Say. Excuse me. Verbally backpedaling and see. It could be something like I told you, and yeah, universities often do end in U. And then this probably is an O. Mountain biking move akin to a front wheelie. Takes for a ride. Could be drives, maybe. Like literally just takes someone for a drive. Plural of this in slang. Could it be like those, but spelled like this? Oh, it could be what did I tell you? Okay. The hell is a Donnybrook? No idea. Invite qualifier. Melodramatic cry of appreciation could be my something, and BYO. Let's put that in. Donnybrook? Is it like a brawl? Is that a thing? Verbally backpedaling could be eating one's words? Is it my idol? That's a bit of a stretch. Like my hero, I can get. I don't know. Well, let's see. What is this? Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Oh, this is definitely not Etsy. Doesn't breathe easy. What flashers do. Let's actually not be presumptuous about this. Maybe this is not correct. Character played by Kieran Moore and David and Bathsheba. It could be ugh. Can't not could be gotta. Good point. I was gonna say like an ace, like in tennis, but no, I don't think that's it. Just made it could be whew. Good point. What's this? Unable to make progress could be hitting something. Hitting a dead end? Oh, could be D's. Yeah. Oh, hit. Oh, come on. Lead follower, abbreviation a detective, a dead end. California school. SD is a place in California, I guess. Okay, let's see what flashers do. Warn. Right? Hang on, let's. Doesn't breathe easy. Is it sucks wind? Is that a thing? Oh, good point is a pro. Oh. PRO. And Uria or Uriah sounds like a name. All right, let's now think about what we have for the rest of this puzzle. The problem is that I don't know what this person's name is. I don't know what these lubricants are. It could be lots of things. I suspect this is an L, but I'm not 100% sure. And the other issue is that I'm at a dead end. Like solving the bottom isn't going to help me solve the rest of this because it's closed off. Is it just me? Why am I having so much trouble with this? Let's doesn't breathe easy. Let's try sucks wind. Made it came. It probably is Lake Chad. Oh, is it CCCP? The Soviet Union? Oh, Ally is team up. Brother of Lech and Czech and Slavic lore. All right, all right. That seems right. Am I? Am I nuts? Okay. Probably is a seed. Okay. 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 Pair of accessories Okay, I'm gonna put C. I'm gonna put C. This could be rough. Online home. This I've never heard of this in my life. Online homes. What flashers do. I mean, this has to be a vowel. Let's think about this. A warn makes sense. Let's also think about what kind of a name makes sense. Blank AG blank ANI. Listen. I'm gonna put warn. I'm gonna put an. Oh god, this is so rough. This is a brutal Saturday. I am so not confident. Let me just remind myself, what am I not sure about? I'm not sure about the L in this. I'm not sure about the C in this. I'm more confident about the C than I am about the L. And the other thing is lubricants used in oil drilling. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and brute force this because I have no idea what it could be. I'm going to try literally every letter, starting with A. I don't expect to get this. F, G, H, I, J, K, L. What? What? Oh my god. I don't think I don't think I was ready for this. Hang on. I gotta I gotta take a screenshot. I gotta take a screenshot. Because this moment is gonna happen most likely only once in my life. Let's admire the puzzle. Muds. Really? Magnani. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like Magnus, kind of, I guess that kind of a name. Muds. Really? And your clue for that was lubricants used in oil. Okay, you know what? You know what? Let's God, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm having an out of body experience right now. Um I was I was expecting to go the full hour without solving this, especially when I saw the the, the giant spanning entries. Because sometimes, if it's a phrase but you're not sure about like what the exact wording is, like um, I feel like I need to say something though. So let's start. First of all, let's start by just talking about the puzzle, and I think as I talk and as we get to the end, it'll sink in at the fact that I have hit a streak of 1,000. at the New York Times. So ordinarily, if it's a midweek puzzle, I'm like, oh, like, what are the obscure clues? Let's look them up. In a Saturday, obviously, in a difficult Saturday like this, there are lots of things that are really fucking obscure. Like, who the hell is Anna Magnani? What kind of what kind of fruit cocktail is a Chai Tai? I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced. It's probably pronounced some other way. Um, what, what like when was this show made? What the hell is a Kopek? Something to do with the Soviets, I guess. Um, what 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 the hell is going on with the oil drilling, right? Like there's too many individual things. What the hell is this thing? Which I only guessed because I vaguely remembered lawn as a name from some previous crossword. What is this? Yeah, what the hell is this? Oh, approaches. It's the other kind of. It's like a person's approach, a person's MO, and the plural is MOs. Okay, yeah, that's I get that. I get that. That's reasonable. Um, what else? Yuria. I've never watched this movie. David and Bathsheba. Oh, what the hell is an endo? Never seen that. What was this? Little warbler. Okay, that's a bird, I guess. Sucks wind. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase. Um, yeah, never heard of this person. I mean, probably not a real person if it's just folklore, but still, never heard of this name. Didn't know a chickpea is a seed. Like, and there's probably even more stuff that it's that was just completely alien to me. And oh yeah, and in the end, I got it by brute forcing. I guess if I was thinking of like it's an English word, I would have thought of mud, but because it was such a weirdly clued thing, I was like, it's gonna be something like pud or like rud or something like that, like some obscure name. And I wasn't expecting it to be like an like something resembling a real word. Like I was even thinking about trying things that are real words, like suds, or like muds, huds, I guess, before brute forcing it. But I was so sure that none of those were going to be correct that I just skipped the whole process. Anyway, what's past is in the past, and what I can say to you now is that we have successfully hit the quadruple digit mark. There's only a couple things left for us to do. Before we end, let's do the mini first. Ooh, and it's a suitably big mini for our big finish. Had sore muscles can be ached. Lowers in rank, demotes. Last day for a scheduled session. Date, something date, due date. Area, that's gonna be DMZ. Wood cutting tools, axes. Soybeans served in the pod. I don't know. Actually, is it this? Speak with pauses could be stammer. Not now. Could be later. What the hell is? Oh, word in French. Got that. Setting for the. Is it Iwo Jima? No. Home of the. What? Home of the. Uh, Atlanta. Okay, what's this? Probably strudel. Probably. Alabama. Crawdad, end date, alright. Retail activities, sales. I didn't quite do it in under a minute, but this was a huge mini. So we're done with that. Let's before I do my closing monologue, let's read about today's puzzle. And Caitlin is back to the Saturday. I've missed her. I haven't seen her in a while. This is Kitty Hoodie's first crossword for the New York Times. All right. A debut puzzle. I love it when a constructor debuts with a Friday or Saturday themeless. Even though I know that there's not always a direct correlation between difficulty of solving puzzles and making them. I still picture one of those children who go to an Ivy League university at 10 and get on the local news. It's a very crisp, conversational puzzle that's made particularly intimidating by its top and bottom stacks of triple span entries. Yep, yeah, that, like, as soon as you open the puzzle, you're like, what the hell is this? Definitely a challenge for a constructor. As Miss Hoodie states, it'd be nearly impossible to break into when solving. I got nowhere on my first scan of the across and then made some mistakes on tiny down entries, leading to more. Yep, that's also what happened. Also, the one down entry where you don't even get a clue for it. You have to solve a completely different entry or get it on crosses. It's that. That's an. I guess that's one way to make crosswords more difficult. Just don't even give you clues. Don't even give the player any clues. What? Sorry, just had to take a quick sip of water. Made some mistakes. If you have a good eye for phrases, you might figure out one or two of those long entries more quickly. I feel like I got lucky with a couple of them because my first guess ended up being correct. But yeah, they were definitely tough. Honeymoon period. This one took me a while. This one also took me a while. Because I was thinking, for some reason, I was thinking about like sports, like that kind of point. And this one, yeah. It's an awkward thing to see written out. But yeah, that's fair enough. Oh yeah, this was another thing that I'd never heard of, and I had to get basically entirely from crosses. It was only the ending part. I was like, it's probably something ites. But yeah, this was another weird answer. Offline. Yep, this one I'm glad I got this early because I think it helped to get that early. And det, short for detective. Think of leads as clues, solver. Great advice from Caitlin. Alright, let's see what our constructor has to say. The constructor who made the puzzle that became my 1000th. Well, the 1000th in this streak. I've solved way more puzzles without having long streaks. Like, you know, a couple hundred. Like, over a couple hundred, I solve almost all of them, but there are 2 or 3 that I can't finish. I've had streaks like those of like 60, 70, sometimes even more than 100. This is the first one, and as I mentioned, probably the only one in my life that's going to hit 1000. And let's see what Miss Katie Hoodie has to say. It's fitting that my NYT debut starts with "That's impossible," since after a string of rejections, I was coming around to a similar opinion regarding my chances of ever having a puzzle published in the Times. I'm very happy to finally have that thought debunked. Well, that's... oh my god, excuse me. I was gonna say, that's pretty uplifting. I guess there are some parallels. When I started solving crossword puzzles, I wouldn't even have dreamed that one day I would even hit, like, go past 100. much less one day be thinking that my streak could reach 1,000. It just goes to show you don't know what you're capable of until you actually try it. And sometimes it takes a few attempts. Like with me, it's not like I started solving and then just never made any mistakes. No, I lost lots of streaks. Slowly got better, and then here we are. So there's a lesson in there for all of us. That's Impossible also reflects the impression I previously had of constructing a puzzle with triple stack 15s. After solving many such puzzles and wondering how do they do that, decided to give it a try to see if I could answer the question myself. The puzzle was seeded by one across, by a one across entry that does not appear in the finished product. Okay, that's interesting. That seed led me to discover the bottom triple stack, hitting a dead end, eating one's words, and what did I tell you, which made me chuckle, since it seems to tell a frustrating mini narrative. That's kind of true. that's 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 actually very nice collection of things to have one on top of each other. The seed entry duped one of the entries in the bottom stack, so I let go of the seed, set about looking for a solid stack to anchor the top of the puzzle. Here we go. Bit of insight into the puzzle construction process. Would have preferred to avoid entries like debt, AGs, and sin, but as I expected, constructing a puzzle with triple stack 15s was not easy. I hope the puzzle is fun to solve despite these less than ideal entries. Don't worry, Katie, I had a good time. And it wasn't just because I ended up getting it in the end and getting my 1,000th puzzle. Although, if I'm being honest, that was at least part of it. It wasn't just because of that. But it was genuinely a very good puzzle. Now, what is there left to say? I guess the only thing left to say is to talk about how it feels to hit 1,000. But to be perfectly honest, I think I'm just so emotionally drained right now that I don't think I'll be able to speak about it properly. And add to that the fact that I'm also physically tired. I've been sick the past couple of weeks. I was actually still sick when I started the series. If you go back and watch the earlier episodes, I'm coughing through the entire videos, the entire early videos, and then slowly it got better. So I was sick. I also had work, which was pretty exhausting. And then there's also the the mental strain of doing crosswords, especially putting pressure on yourself, getting close to a big milestone, and then the added pressure of recording, and then the slight bit of extra work for editing. And not that there's that much editing to do, but mainly just uploading and making sure the thumbnails and everything are done. So that took a lot out of me. What I will probably do is, it's also pretty late at night right now, because I'm solving this on Friday night. I'm probably just gonna... I think I've earned a break. I'm gonna give myself some time to rest, and I'm gonna record an epilogue episode, which is gonna be, what are my thoughts on now that I've reached a streak of 1,000? In fact, I think it's gonna take a few days for it to sink in, the fact that I've finally done this. By the way, it's close to 3 years worth of puzzles just in terms of solving these one day at a time. Not to mention the multi-year process before that, before the streak even started, of solving the puzzle every day and getting better at it. This is the culmination of a long, long journey, and I think I'm gonna have to sit with those thoughts for a while before I can make sense of what it means to me. So with all of that said, I I'm not gonna say this is goodbye because I am gonna record an epilogue episode, like I said, just to wrap up my thoughts on all this. I'm gonna do other puzzles. I'm not sure how many more episodes I'm gonna do on New York Times crosswords specifically. Feels like this is such a oh my god, like such a perfect note to end the series on. But like, never say never. Maybe I'll make it like an occasional series just to do like a puzzle every once in a while, and then this Road to 1000 can be sort of like its own separate standalone thing. Yeah, that's an option as well. Something to something to think about. But anyway, I think that just about brings us to the end of this episode, of the finale episode of the Road to 1000. And as you can see, we did get there in the end. So, with all of that said, with all of that done, I think it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. It's been one hell of a journey. If like I said, I am gonna record an epilogue episode, but by all means, don't feel obligated to watch that. If you're just here for the puzzles and you don't want anything beyond that, it's okay. It's just something that I need to do just to encapsulate my own thoughts on it. So I'm gonna do that, and then maybe, not maybe, definitely, we're definitely gonna come back and do more puzzles as soon as I can figure out what it is, what the next series is gonna be. Right, so that's the plan for the future. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you'll join me for whatever comes next. And until then, take care.